What up, superheroes? CJ Washington Jr. at your service. Today's video is all about the deadlift, the sumo deadlift to be exact. Today's video, I'm going to try to cover why people say sumo are cheating, why you should or shouldn't do sumo deadlift, and the proper techniques of the sumo deadlift. Enjoy.
You already know, man. Superhero fitness, let's go.
Yeah, I'm getting to these games. Yeah, I'm getting to these games. Yeah, I'm getting to these games. The sweat, the strain, and the pain, it's all a part of the game, man. We getting to them games, yeah. We getting to them games, yeah. We getting to the game. Superhero, the name of the game.
First of all, what is the sumo deadlift? And no, it's not a sumo wrestler. The sumo deadlift basically talks to you in reference to your stance, how you should stand in a sumo deadlift if your legs are going to be outside of your shoulders and your hands are going to be inside. How far or how narrow you go just depends on the person, but that's the definition for what it is to be doing a sumo deadlift. People say sumo is cheating only because when you bring your arms in and spread your legs out, the range of motion that you go through is shorter. So technically you're moving it less distance, so then it makes it a little bit easier. Some people say, or a little bit easier because you have to go as far, but I sort of kind of disagree with that. I think for certain people it will be easier, for certain people it'll be hard. Some people can't pull sumo, some people can and do it very effectively. I myself am a sumo puller. Also, the biomechanics of a sumo pull is a little bit different than a conventional pull. So this is one of the reasons, I'm gonna give you two reasons why if you're pulling conventional, you may want to switch to sumo, the reason why you would do that. So in the sumo, right, your legs are wider. I mean, you have to have mobility throughout your adductors. So that's one thing that keeps people from being able to do sumo. They're not mobile enough throughout the hips to get into position. If you do conventional deadlift and you may have a back injury or you have a weak lower back, then some of those people go over to sumo because now you're using less lower back because you don't have as much forward lean in your conventional deadlift. Your sumo deadlift, you're pretty straight up. So now I'm going to take you through the setup of a sumo deadlift and how to execute the sumo deadlift properly. So first of all, let's talk about the approach of the sumo deadlift. So you want to make sure your legs are outside of your shoulders and outside of your hands. I like to use the knurling on the bar as a reference point. Here I like to use double overhand grip. I usually switch to mixed grip when the weight gets challenging. The reason why is because if you always pull with a mixed grip, then you'll develop an imbalance from pulling one hand pushing and one hand pulling. Other things you want to make sure you do every single time in the deadlift is you always want to make sure you tighten up your lats. I usually do that by internally or inwardly rotating my elbow, tighten up my lats. And also I want to make sure my head is in line with my spine, not looking up, so that way I have a straight spine throughout the entirety of the lift. And also you want to make sure you're pushing out those knees to make sure those glutes, that booty, is definitely engaged in each and every lift. Now also with the sumo, because I'm not bending all the way over, it's less lower back, but you still want to pull the weight into you, using that lower back almost like a back extension to stand up. And for the lockout portion, you want to make sure you squeeze, 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 squeeze. So here's a close-up view of the same thing, me getting set, pushing those knees out, double overhand grip, and pulling, extending, and flexing those glutes to make sure I lock out each and every time. Very, very important. Make sure you keep the weight on the heels, so pulling back allows you to do that. So this is a wider stance. How wide you stand will depend upon your preference. The only thing that's different is the wider you stand, the more into the hamstrings you get. So hopefully that was helpful, man. Get super. And don't be stingy with your gains. Share this video. Like it. Comment. Subscribe. And make sure you hit that notification button so you can see all my new videos are coming in.